I make $57,000 per month with a SaaS business, and in this video I will share with you everything. How I started, how I had the idea, how I found my first 10 users, and how I scaled it. Hey, welcome! If you don't know me, I'm Matt, and in 2020 I built a Shopify app called White Bundle. This Shopify app allows Shopify merchants to create bundles on the Shopify stores. In 6 months, I took this app from zero to $10,000 per month. And today we are making $57,000 per month, and the goal is to reach $1 million per year before the end of 2024. And before telling you how you can do the same, we need a bit of context. I started building Shopify apps in 2017. I was a student at the time and I didn't know what I was doing. My first Shopify app was a failure, so I quickly created another one, but it didn't work. In 2018, I built a third Shopify app, but I got the same results, so I quit. But during this time, I learned everything about SaaS business. Why I failed, what are the best practices, how you know if an idea is great, how you get users. In 2020, I was finishing my studies and I didn't want to get a job. So I told myself, if I want to build a business, it's now. I had to do an internship at the end of the year for 6 months. Instead of doing it, I asked my school if I could build a company. It was complicated for them to accept, but they did. And in May 2020, I launched White Bundle. How did I have the idea? What you have to understand is that when it comes to building a SaaS product, you shouldn't start with an idea. You will spend too much time on finding it. You will assume people need it when it's not the case. You will spend months building it, and in the end, nobody will use it. Because people start with an idea, they build it, and then they try to figure out who needs it. Instead, you start with an audience, you find problems they have, and you build a product that they actually need. After failing with 3 Shopify apps and reading books about it, this is the conclusion. Start with a problem, not an idea. So before looking for problems, I had to pick the audience. I loved e-commerce, I was in a few French Facebook groups, and I was already doing some freelance work for Shopify merchants. I knew them, I had a network, so it was easy for me to start with them. And this is the advice. Look at the different things you already do, the people you already know, and you will find the people you want to serve. Don't start in a niche you don't know just because you've heard people say they will make you money. Because you will make more money in a niche you like and you know. Another thing that you need to understand is that I know marketing and I know how to code. And when you have both, you can find the idea and build it immediately. You don't need someone else. This is important because you might not go as fast as me if you have to find a developer or a marketer. Now that I had the audience, I had to look for problems. The best and easiest way to find problems is to talk to your potential customers. Contact as many people as possible and try to have conversations with them. Ask many questions about the business, and whenever they tell you something, try to go deeper. The way I did it was really simple. I contacted the Shopify merchants I knew, and I scrolled through the hundreds of posts we had on Facebook. For each post, and for everything people would tell me, I would ask myself, what is the problem here? And this is an important skill. Can you spot the problems? We see problems every day, but we don't notice them. And the biggest problems are the ones we accepted. During my search, 3 people had the same problem. They were using bundle apps on Shopify, but they didn't find what they wanted. But it's not enough to start building. If 3 people need it, it doesn't mean that more people want it too. So after finding the problem you want to solve, you need to validate it. To validate it, you need to talk to as many potential customers as possible. And I used a simple method. I created a fake Photoshop mockup of the app instead of building it as if it already existed. I posted in one of the French groups the following message. Are you looking for this app? And if you are, add a comment and I will send you a DM. It was in May 2020 and more than 100 people commented. I had found something that people actually needed. I then contacted every person and asked them what they wanted exactly, because what you understand is sometimes wrong. So validate the problem with the potential users. The magical word is why. Whenever they tell you something, you need to ask why. It was also a way for me to get the words they used to describe the pain in order to use it on my landing page. I asked them about the pricing too, to know how much they would pay for it, but also the different features they would like to see. And I told them that I was building the app even if it wasn't the case at that time. The secret here is that they told me everything I had to do. The price, the features, the design. I didn't think about anything. They gave me everything I needed. It was time to work on the MVP. MVP stands for minimum viable product. It's the first version of your product. Good enough for people to use it, but not enough so you don't have to spend month building it. I built it in less than 2 weeks. I went straight to the point, and the app wasn't working for everyone. I didn't care about it. For those who know Shopify, the app was only working for 4 Shopify themes and only if you had products with a single variant. But I knew it was enough to start based on the conversation I had, and I still asked for money because you don't know if someone actually needs your product until they give you money. I gave people a discount and a 14-day free trial, but not a free app. I built a simple landing page in HTML where I talked about the pain and my solution. Back in the day, you didn't have to go through the Shopify approval process when you were building a Shopify app. So I wasn't on the App Store and I onboarded people manually. Once the page was live, I sent a message to every person I had contacted and I just said it's live. I had hundreds of comments and fewer conversations, but in the end, less than 10 people actually installed my app. But look, it was enough. Most people want to attract thousands of users in the beginning, but this isn't how it works. People will spend thousands of dollars on ads and work with influencers, but they will just attract the wrong users. In the beginning, your goal isn't to get more users, it's to build the perfect product for your perfect customers. These users are the early adopters. They really need your product. They will find the bugs for you and will tell others about your app. They know what features you should be building. And if you attract too many people in the beginning, you will receive different feature requests that will push you in the wrong direction. Now, how did I scale it? Most people think Shopify app scaled only with the Shopify App Store. But I actually launched my app on the App Store in July, 2 months after launching. The most important thing in the beginning was offer excellent customer support. When I say excellent customer support, I mean reply fast, fix the bugs as soon as possible, add the features in a day whenever someone asks for it, write help desk articles so they can find the answer, offer customer support by doing things most people won't do, and I guarantee you that you will grow in no time. In the different groups, I then started to document my journey building this app. That's the point. I wasn't doing self-promotion. I was just telling people what I was doing, and users started to come naturally. This is something you can do today by documenting your journey on LinkedIn, X, or YouTube. On June 15, almost 1 month after launching, we were at 27 users. That's not a lot, but it's still more than 100% growth. I even asked my users to talk about the product, to refer some friends, to show love. The goal here was to use my customers to grow even more. I then aimed for PMF, product market fit. I didn't focus on acquisition. I just wanted to build the best tool with the best customer support. I had conversations with each of my users. On June 30, we were at 38 merchants. And in July, I decided to launch on the Shopify App Store. This is the interesting part. The Shopify App Store will show the trendy apps at the top of the page. When I launched on the App Store, I asked all of my users to leave a review. And what happens when 10 reviews appear on the App Store the moment you release, the algorithm says it's a great app. And I used a simple method to grow to the top. I started with long tail keywords so I could rank in the first positions for that keyword. That way, I can get some traffic from it. And as I get more installs and more reviews, I can target more competitive keywords. Because it doesn't make sense to target a competitive keyword in the beginning if you appear on the 3rd page. Go for keywords with less traffic, but at least you can get some of it. Then I still didn't focus on acquisition, but instead I looked at my metrics. I used a tool called Mixpanel, and this is another mistake I had made with my first app. I did make some money with it, but I wasn't growing. And I didn't know why. But the reason was simple. I wasn't tracking my data. If you're not doing it, you don't know what is wrong on your business. So you can't fix it. For White Bundle, I analyzed 2 important metrics: the activation rate and the conversion rate. The activation rate is the number of people who install your app and will actually start using it. The conversion rate is the number of people taking the free trial and converting at the end. And at that time, my conversion rate was only 7%. And after improving it, I took it to 45%. What did I do? I created 2 groups of people on Mixpanel. The ones who converted and the ones who didn't. What did the ones who converted do that the others didn't? I then improved every step these people had done, and I created an onboarding. In this onboarding, I added all the steps that made people convert at the end. On July 33, we were at 65 users. It doesn't make sense to do acquisition when you have a poor conversion rate or activation rate. It's like filling a bucket with holes. But now that they were fixed, I added another acquisition channel, influencers. I contacted every French Shopify influencers and asked them to do affiliation. Most of them didn't accept, but the goal is to get only 2 of them to promote your app to get a lot of traffic. On July 31, we were at 136 users. I knew at that time we were about to reach PMF because the users started to tell me how they liked the current version of the app. I then started to iterate on everything. I improved support with processes and articles. I added features. I tracked every metric on Mixpanel to improve them. I improved my Shopify app listing, and I was actively requesting reviews whenever I had a user chat. Because the reviews for the Shopify App Store are really important. And more importantly than the number of reviews, it's the velocity. How fast can you get your reviews? On August 8th, we were at 158 users. I reached PMF, and on August 23, we were at 299 users. I doubled down on what worked. Get more affiliates, get more reviews. Iterate on the rest. On September 15, I had 599 users. We added one more acquisition channel, app partnerships. The goal is simple. We contact every Shopify apps and ask them to do a partnership. They talk about our app and we do the same. On October 16, I had 907 users. It was time to hire. Most of the time, you will hire customer support first. You need to delegate what is taking your time so that you can focus on the product and the marketing. My process to hire a customer support expert today is really simple. I create one job post where I explain what I need, the skills and the knowledge. I get the people on call to ask questions and validate their skills and knowledge. I also check if there is a human fit. Then I give them a task to see how they work. In this task, there are questions about Shopify to see if they know the platform, and then 3 fake messages that someone can send to our support. I then give our help desk and they have to answer these messages. After that, we kept growing, and in December 2020, we were making $10,000 per month. Now, I won't tell you everything that happened after because I think the most important part is the beginning. We added more partnerships, more influencers, we tried to increase word of mouth, and we kept working on more features. At the same time, I hired developers and then someone to help me with marketing. Now, I won't tell you all the steps to almost 4,000 users, but I will share with you the bigger picture. From $0 to $1,000 per month, the most important things are: do things that don't scale, don't try to find shortcuts, get users one by one, figure out your business and what you have, improve your app with feedback, get many App Store reviews, target long-tail keywords, and do it consistently. From $1,000 per month to $10,000, the most important things are: improve your data with Mixpanel, start doing app partnerships, improve your app listing, and consolidate what already works. From $10,000 per month to $25,000, start hiring. You can start before if you really need to. Create processes and add more acquisition channels. From $25,000 to $50,000, do more of what works. Fix your weaknesses. To fix them, you can follow this simple process. You analyze your data to find something that is bad. You make assumptions about why they are bad. You validate those assumptions through qualitative and quantitative data, and you fix them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, leave a comment below, like the video, and subscribe for more content.